Hey guys, what's up? Darcy here at 6 Strings 9 Lives, back for a CD vinyl update. Hope everybody had a great Christmas and good to see you. Got about 9 items here to show you, including a couple of things that I got for Christmas, which I was very pumped to get. But before we get started, I'm going to show you, I'd like to just make you aware, maybe you already are aware of these next 3 reissues. I did talk about the Thrash reissues for those 4 albums coming out February 5th. Those are coming out on vinyl and CD, which is Sound of White Noise, Stomp 442, Volume 8, The Threat is Real, and We've Come For You All. And then I stumbled across 3 more that I couldn't believe that they're getting a vinyl reissue, long overdue. They're on my 80s thrash want list for vinyl. And these are getting reissued on Red Legacy Music. So that company, if that sounds familiar, the first 3 Exodus albums were released in 2020 on that label. So first up, January 8th release date. These are all up for pre-order already. So if you're interested, the prices are pretty low for now. But anyways, first up is Nuclear Assault, Game Over. So that is getting a vinyl reissue here January 8th. Next up, stoked about these 2 albums. I just think they're both thrasher pieces, and they're both getting vinyl reissues. So here's the first one, Forbidden Evil. So that's their debut album. And this one has, I wrote the date down, February 12th. So that's the release date, already up for pre-order. And this one, fantastic album too. Forbidden, Twisted Into Form. So this one, it has a release date of March 12th. Again, all 3 pre-orders are already up. I've pre-ordered all 3. Yeah, good old 80s thrash, gotta have it. Okay, first up in the newer stuff that I got. You know what? I thought I had all my 2020, top of 2020 sorted out here, which I'll do in probably a couple of weeks or so. But then when I got this one, it was a game changer. Sodom, Genesis 19. And like I said, absolute game changer, and what a cover. So yeah, this is a cover by Joe, I don't want to butcher his last name, but Pantagano. He's from the United States, but he is famous for creating a lot of the Motorhead artwork and their mascot Snaggletooth, or if that's what you call them. But anyways, what a cover. This would definitely be my album cover of 2020. And when I got this, I was wishing I got it on vinyl, so I did put it on my Christmas list, and my family did order it for me. It just didn't come yet, so anyways, I'll be pumped to get that on vinyl. But what an album. So this album, and that one is in the CD player somewhere for sure, but even look at the inside artwork. So this album sees the return of Frank Blackfire, which he was on the albums Persecution Mania and Agent Orange, which are 2 of the best Sodom albums in my opinion. And he has returned, but he's already been in the band again for 2 years. Anyways, go out and get this thrasher piece. It is just awesome. I was telling a friend about the production. This production is exactly what I would want to hear. It's self-produced by the band, but it is just, you could put this on in 1990. It just feels like, it's not over saturated. It's not overproduced. It's just perfectly produced, and it has that great thrash sound. You literally could check out any track on this album. First single was Sodom and Gomorrah. I think the second single was Indoctrination. Anything on here. Friendly Fire, Genesis 19. What else? Glock and Roll. What a tune that is. And I thought back when they had, Frank rejoined the band in 2018, and they came out with this EP And I'll just quickly show you these because if you haven't heard these two EPs, they got some great tunes on them. This was the first one. This is called Partisan. And there's two new tracks on here, one called Partisan and Conflagration. And this is only a 3-track EP, but it's really cool. And this one, by the way, is their 16th studio album and the first time they've ever recorded an album as a 4-piece. So they have a second guitar player, York, if I'm saying that right, and a new drummer. And here's the other EP. So that first EP came out in 2018. This one came out in 2019. And this one does feature a song from this album. And it is the title track, Genesis 19. But the EP is called Out of the Frontline Trench. But the new tracks on here, you know, you just kind of felt what was coming with Genesis 19. So you do have Genesis 19 track on here, but check out the track Down on Your Knees, Out of the Frontline Trench. There's a re-recorded version of Agent Orange on here. Awesome stuff. So yeah, definitely game changer. You're going to see this on, I think, quite a few top of the 2020 year-end list. All right, let's grab we'll grab a couple of vinyl that I put on my Christmas list. And you know, I usually don't get a lot of vinyl or records or music related things for Christmas, but thought I'd throw a couple on there. And yeah, family came through with a couple. And if you watch this channel before, you know I'm a huge Dio fan. And I have all the studio stuff, but I'm missing a lot of the live stuff. And there is a couple of there's a couple of reissues coming out in I think February for Holy Diver Live, and then Evil or Divine live in New York City. Those are coming out. But anyways, I got this one. This is live Dio, and this is called Finding the Sacred Heart, live in Philly, 1986. So right on the Sacred Heart tour. Great track listing. This one and the next one I'll show you came out on Ear Music. Here's the hype sticker. Limited and numbered white 2LP, mastered for vinyl. So this is number 2057 out of 2500, but pretty cool. And let's just show you the vinyl. All right, we'll show you the inside first. There's the gatefold. So this is the tour that, you know, right after Vivian Campbell left, or however, you know, he left the band, Craig Goldie came in, and this actually includes that track, Time to Burn, the new track that was included on that EP called Intermission. Well, let's show you this vinyl. It's pretty cool. White vinyl. I don't mind white vinyl. It's a little tricky to see dust and stuff on it, but there it is. And this is, whoops, we got her upside down. Same on both vinyl. This is, like, I don't know if I said, but this is off the Sacred Heart tour. So you got tons of stuff on here, like King of Rock and Roll, Like the Beat of a Heart, Hungry for Heaven. And they always do these little medleys. They got the Last in Line, Children of the Sea, Holy Diver medley. We got Rock and Roll Children, Long Live Rock and Roll, and Man on a Silver Mountain. So pretty cool. Got some rainbow stuff that Dio throws in there. And here is both, this is what the inner sleeves look like. And then just shows side A and B track listing. Same logo on there, and then C and D track listing. So nice to get some live Dio. I just, you know, I miss the guy, and you know, his music will live on. So next up, the second one I had put on my Christmas list that I luckily got is Dio live in London, Hammersmith Apollo 1993. So this is on the Strange Highways tour. Very cool. Here's the hype sticker. 100% virgin vinyl, limited. There we go. Again on Ear Music. So the other one I showed you, the Sacred Heart one, was released in 2013. This one was released in 2014. And yes, good to get some live deal in the collection. These they both sound phenomenal. You know, it's just not something thrown together just to sell some albums. So it definitely good quality. Here is the gatefold. So yeah, this one, we got Jeff Pilsen on bass, Tracy G on guitar, the Master on drums, Vinny Appice, Scott Warren on keyboards. And the cool part about this, well, here's the track listing. They played a ton of stuff off Strange Highways. Strange Highways, Evolution, Pain, what else? Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost, Hollywood Black. And then they wrapped up this show with a track off of there too, which they usually wrap up a show with a more popular song, but they wrapped this one up with Here's to You, which is on Strange Highways. So pretty cool that they did that many tracks on there. Yeah, killer track listing. Let me show. This is a kind of just standard black vinyl. Very cool. Center rings. So yeah, it's always a good day to get some Dio into your collection. And like I said, the sound is awesome. Here's the inner sleeve. You got this, and then you got a great iconic shot of Ronnie James Dio himself. May he rest in peace. And here's the second one. And another cool shot right there. So really glad to get those for Christmas. And what else we got next here? Here's an album that I had talked about. I had showed this album in a contest entry. I hadn't even opened it at that point, but here's a band that I said, if you only needed one of their albums, let's say you just, I mean, obviously get as many as you want, but if you only wanted one, or this is the one. It's a live album, probably one of the most iconic live albums. And this is the hype sticker right here. UFO, Strangers in the Night. This is 180 gram heavyweight black. 2020 remastered of the original. This has the original track listing. It doesn't have all that extra, the extra songs like on the CD that came out in, I don't know, 99, I think. So this album was originally released in 1979. Great live album, fantastic. And this was very cool. This would be the first vinyl I think I have on the Crystallis label, and I honestly didn't even know they did reissues, but this thing is just solid, well put together. Let's pull this out here. And I think, well, like I said, this is the first one I've had, but this is their, that old school looking logo. Very cool. So these are on just black vinyl, and two great inner sleeves that I'll show you. So here's the first one. So this is for side A and B. You got producer Ron Nevison on there. Boy, he must have been, this must be one of his first bands he produced. I mean, he'd be a young guy back then, but you know, Ron Nevison, he's produced, you know, Ozzy, some, I think Kiss, Crazy Nights he produced, but pretty cool inner. And then we'll show you this other one and the gatefold, because I mean, this album cover is just awesome. All right, here is, and there's just a big write-up in here. Here's the inner sleeve for the second. I still have to yet to read all of this, but I certainly will. And then the vinyl for the second, or side 3 and 4 is the same. And let's don't forget to show you that gatefold. Just awesome. Yeah, I'm a big fan of the UFO with Michael Schenker. I think he was on what, their 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th album, maybe their 7th. I think he was on five of their albums. Yeah, great lineup, great live album. If you haven't checked out anything from UFO, that would be a great starting point. It has a lot of hits on it. Let's see, not last up to date. Oh, let's go with this one. Let's shift gears to a band that I just been getting into in the past. Heard about them the past year for sure. Just really getting into them in the past few months. But this is the brand new album from Irish thrashers, Gamma Bomb. This is called Sea Savage. And label change here. They're now on Prosthetic. Well, that's also in the CD player, but here is a less of a glare. This is a really good album. I had bought their previous album before this called Speed Between the Lines. This is more in the lines of just, I wouldn't say goofy thrash, but a little, they don't take themselves too seriously. They got really, you know, some fun lyrics. You know, they stay away from, you know, your typical, well, I'm sure there's political overtones and everything, but yeah, great songs like Judo Killer. That's an awesome lead-off track. Miami Super Cops, I believe that's a video already too, or a single. Lords of the Hellfire Club, awesome track. Shere Khan, that was one of their videos. Love the track Ready Steady Goat. Here's the back cover, and yeah, the CD's in the CD player. So I forget what, this is probably their, sixth album? Yeah, probably their 6th or 7th studio album. I've ordered a couple of more. Definitely, if you like your, you know, I'm not going to say they remind me of, you know, Anthrax or anything like that. It's just, you know, they're just less serious and a little more fun on the you know, the lyrical content, but it's great thrash with hints of just traditional metal. Definitely some Judas Priest worship in here for sure. Hitting those highs, those Helford highs. Very cool. Yeah, don't be afraid to check out some Gamma Bomb. Next up and last for today, I got, I jumped in all in with this band because I owned nothing, and a band that totally passed me by back in the day. But a band that if I was aware of back in the day, and I mean 80s, you know, 80s, early 90s, you know, I would have loved these guys, and I do love these albums, but I saw these, actually for whatever reason here, well, 3 out of 4 of them came up as a pre-order. So I pre-ordered some Acid Rain. First up is Moshkin Steen, or Stein, however you say it. So this is their first EP from, what year is this one from? This one I think is from 1988. Here's the back cover. So these are reissues on Back on Black. And if you know that label, they do a great job. These are just phenomenally put together, solid. Here's the gatefold. So any of you guys that have any of these originals, you know, let me know. Definitely I learned of these guys through watching videos, and mostly from the UK, my UK connections, my buddies over there across the pond. So I started to take notice, you know what, I better get some Acid Rain. And there's no inner sleeve. There was just a paper inner sleeve, but I've switched it out. This one comes on a nice blue vinyl. There we go. So there's the center ring for, that's the A side, and then the B side. So yeah, I've only spun each of these, what I'll show you, a few times, so I'm not, you know, familiar with you know, favorite tracks or But let me know in the comments, do you have a favorite album from Acid Reign? And you know, they just put out an album one last year, which I'll show you that because I did pick it up. So here's their debut, and this is from their debuts from 1989. This is called The Fear. Great album. So this is the one I picked up. Actually bought this from a record shop a couple hours away from me. He ordered it in for me, and that kind of started the ball rolling. I'm like, yeah, I better get some more Acid Reign. So there's the track listing. You know, a lot of these tracks. You know, like I said, I don't know them all that well, but really good thrash. I think the only original member now is H, the vocalist, but gatefold, again, actually all four of these are on back on black. Here's the centering, and this one I believe matches the logo and is on yellow vinyl. Yeah, it is. Very well done. These are not 180 gram, they're whatever, 140, doesn't matter, 138.5, whatever. Here is the center ring, and this one's kind of a transparent yellow, very cool. And they got their standard, what is this? Because I always laugh at this. The United Kingdom Apple Core logo is on everything, so how that originated, I don't know, whatever, but it is pretty cool. Next up is their second studio album, and this one was released in 1990, and that is Obnoxious. Yeah, a very obnoxious looking cover, and that's what I believe they intended on, but you can't miss this cover, that's for sure. And there's the back, kind of reverse. We got blue on pink, and here we got pink on blue, so that's cool. And the Apple Core logo, gatefold, right there. So really good to get some Acid Reign in the collection. Love my thrash, love my traditional metal, and this is, as you can imagine, matches pretty much the cover. Even a darker pink, more of a Pepto-Bismol. But there is the center ring for the A side, and there's the B side. So yeah, that's a great album. The Fear and Obnoxious are both great. And finally, I picked up their newest album from 2019. I missed this one last year, but I thought I'd pick it up because I got the rest. This is their comeback album. I think, what does the hype sticker say? 29 years in the making. Wow, that is a big gap between their second full length and their third full length album. But this is a really good album. You know, not as, you know, a little more produced, obviously. You got some state-of-the-art, you know, production, but not terrible. I don't mean terrible in the production, but not overproduced either. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I heard this album. There's the track listing. So this one is Back on Black Dissident, which is the label that I know they released the CD. So whether, and I think they Back on Black got involved with their reissue, so they did with this one. Here's the center, gatefold. And I think this one's just black vinyl. Yes, it is. But again, great album. I was really, you know, I was kind of thinking how I missed those, why I didn't jump on this one, but I didn't know their earlier stuff, and there's other bands that I still want to get into. But their earlier stuff, like Zentrix, for example, another UK thrash band, that their early stuff is very hard to find, very expensive. So if the reissues pop up, I will be all over it. But here's the centering for this one, The Age of Entitlement. And yeah, there we go. So I think that is it for this update. Again, if you're looking for the reissues for these on vinyl and you finally want to get them in your collection, I mean, originals are just so hard to find. You don't know what kind of condition they're going to come in. And stuff like 80s thrash, I mean, it is expensive. first of all. So if you don't mind a good reissue that is true to the original, Red Legacy Music does a great job. If you've already checked out like Exodus, Pleasures of the Flesh, Fabulous Disaster, Bonded by Blood, very well done. Great inner sleeves, sound great. So anyways, I think that is it for this update. Can't wait to get that new Sodom album on vinyl, Genesis 19. This has been my most spun album over the Christmas period. And what else have I been listening to? Definitely been cranking up some Gamma Bomb. Again, great thrash band that you'll want to check out for sure. And that is it. I will probably see you in a few days for got an episode of 6 with 6 Strings coming up. So we'll see you soon. Until next time, stay heavy.